Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the J Lounge. Of course, you guys know I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss J, aka Miss Simone Jackson, here to bring you guys another wonderful episode of the J Lounge. Of course, everyone knows out there the J Lounge is a celebrity-based podcast show where we talk with actors, directors, writers, singers, photographers, you name it. They all come here and we all just have a really great time and I always enjoy my guests. Speaking of guests, of course, you guys always know I'm always excited to be introducing our next guest for our show today. She is an actress. She is incredibly talented, and I'm very super excited to be working and not working, to be able to be interviewing her today. She's a super amazing actress, director, and even dancer. She's been making waves in this film industry, and she's here to talk about her work today. Everyone, please give a super, super warm welcome to Destiny Soria. Hi, Destiny.
Hello. Hello. Nice to be on. I'm really excited.
Yes, I appreciate you for giving me your time today. I'm excited for my audience to know more about you, your work, so I appreciate you giving me your time.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course. Well, I'm going to go ahead and fire the first question at you, Destiny. I want to know, what began your passion for acting?
Let's see. It was around 2008. I moved out of my home in Texas, and I moved to Minnesota to be with my stepdad's grandma. But it didn't turn out right. I wanted to kind of be on my own and be an adult, so I had my own place. And during that time, it was kind of like a struggle because I was like working low paying jobs and just trying to get myself to be what I want to be. And during that time, I didn't know where I wanted to go. Like I didn't know what my goals or my dreams or my career would be. So I was just working like kind of like restaurants and stuff like that. And then Twilight came in theaters, and so I went to go see it, and I saw this one actor, and I was like very interested in him. Like I liked how he acted. I liked how the movie is, and how he portrayed as Edward.
Gotcha.
So I fell in love with this actor, Robert Pattinson, and I was like, I was like, I want to be like him. I just the way he is, the way he acted, and I was like, I want to be just like him. And so I got to research, like, how do I started out in acting. So I found out, acting classes. I kind of was naive because some places you don't know if they're real or legit or like, if
right.
Right. So I got into a acting school, and they were actually a scam. I pretty much lost a lot of money, but it was like no way of knowing until it's like too late. So I was like, man, I knew that was something. But I got where I went to do like student films, and just got out, whatever I learned from that, and then went to other acting classes that were legit. I learned, I went to do volunteer acting. I did those what are they called? Those 48 competitions where they just like make a film in a weekend. So I got into that and started getting lines and started getting reels, like clips to make my reel. And then I just went from there, started to doing a lot of like non-work or non-paying jobs and paying jobs. And then I was like, okay, it's time to go to LA. So I went to LA for like a couple years, and I did great. I've worked on a lot of things. I got a resume, a reel. I actually have a manager too now.
Yes.
And I was like, you know what? I'm not getting what I really want. Like, like it's like what they say, it's a competition. Like there's people that look like you, or there's people that they don't want this kind of like, me, like a Native American. So it was like really hard for Native Americans to actually even get a job in the acting world. So I was like, you know what? I've been like doing a lot of skits with myself. And then my friends that I've met here in LA, we started doing our own skits. We started doing our own stories. We started doing our editing. And then I got serious. like 2016, I started my own production company and started doing feature, short films. I finally got an LLC like 2 years ago. I'm already set.
Yes.
So I was like, I started getting more. And then my first big break was me writing, directing, and starring in my movie called Christmas Slasher, which I was editing right now. I was editing I was just editing like a little sitcom of Lloyd Hoffman. He was
Yes.
Toxic Avenger. So I was editing his scenes where he's a news anchor, hilarious, and I'm just like doing green screen and doing all this like SFX, VX, I don't know what is it, VXF? I think
Hmm.
it's called
Yep.
like
Yeah,
like
you're on. Yep.
special stuff. So I that's what I'm doing. And then I had an editor. He was supposed to give me a rough cut, and I have not got that. So there's gonna be probably, I have to like take control and take over it and just edit my
Hey.
movie because I was supposed to get something and I haven't got anything yet. So I'm like, we're supposed to release this next Christmas, and I have nothing in my hands. So it's my so I'm
Oh
just
my
like,
gosh.
oh my God. So, I gotta be a boss and be like, all right, I'm taking over. Yeah, you're taking forever. And, we got this funded, excuse me, we got this funded on Indiegogo. And, people are dying to see it. They want their,
Yeah.
stuff. And I'm like, I'm trying, guys. I'm not having a good, luck with people lately. And now I'm just like, I'm just gonna take over my own stuff since I do, my own editing. Every time I do a short film, I'm learning how to do edit and stuff. And I just did another short film for a feature film next year that will release in March, and it's called VSH Violence Bootlegged. The director is Dustin Ferguson, great guy. Like he's very popular in indie horror films, and I was very blessed and honored to be, picked to do a
Hmm.
short film. So I've already done like
Amazing.
maybe like 5 minutes of it. So I added more to it, did some cool crazy effects on it, and just sent it to him. And he loved it. So that was like my third short film that will be in a feature film. What is it called? Logical. It's like different stories in it, but it's like a feature
Yeah,
film.
I get you saying, yeah, but that is
So I have like two feature films coming out next year that I've done short films for. And so I'm learning as I go. I'm learning how to
yeah.
edit as I go. So I was like, I'll just take my feature film and do it myself. It's my first feature film. I need to get this going. Like I have people waiting. And I have like maybe over 10 distributions interested in Christmas Slasher. So I know I could get this summer. And I'm hoping it will be like a cult classic. It's like a dark uh dark humor comedy. It's kind of like the 80s style, how Killer Clowns from Outer Space is with mixed
Right.
like
But
Evil
that's
Dead.
yeah,
And
that sounds good. But that just sounds like one crazy way to start.
yeah, so I was like, I love horror. So it's like my mom got me into horror, and I was like, I'm gonna make like all of them are all horror films. And I'm like, well, I want to make me like a something that has to do with one of the not Rudolph, one
Right.
of the reindeers who turns evil, and just make a silly horror comedy movie of it. So I'm really excited. I've won awards for the trailer, which I wish I don't know where. I'll send it to you so you could like show it to people. But yeah,
Yeah. But
it
that's
was
just a crazy way to start. And then yeah,
yeah.
that's
Yes.
awesome though.
I'm so happy and proud of myself. I'm like I said, it won awards for the trailer, a couple awards and a couple awards for the poster. So I was like very proud of myself. And I know this is gonna go
Right.
somewhere. So I'm like, I gotta take over. I gotta
Yeah.
finish this.
Yeah. No, I get you. I get you. So yeah, that's an amazing way to start. That is
Oh
an amazing way to
yeah.
start. All right, going on to number two question. What type of roles do you gravitate to?
I like for me, I like horror, so I like to be like, what is it, the final girl kind of style. And I've got a couple of films that I was a final girl. My favorite one I actually did last year is a drama. I play a mom to a child, like a single mom to a child, and we're trying to, you know, live, and it's just a struggle. And the person, the guy who I was in love with, he's like with somebody else. So it's like finding out that, you were in love with this person you who had a child with. He had a wife and is, doesn't care about the child or the mom. So
Hmm.
it's really sad. I love the fact that he gave me the role, and when I was reading it, I was like really crying because it's like a struggle like that. We live in that way, especially a Native woman trying to
Right.
be here, and she is an alien, so it was like really rough to just survive in America, and then to find out that the person who you thought loved you doesn't, and they wouldn't help you at all, so you're struggling. So that's one of like the things I like more of comedy. I'm trying to get into more comedy, which
Hmm.
Christmas Slasher is a comedy. So I like to do silly stuff, and I hope to get like more roles that deal with being funny and horror too.
Hmm. Yes, I love my horror and comedy. Those are
Mhm.
my two go-tos. And
Yeah.
I will have to say I want, especially in the comedy gene and in the horror genre as well, I want to see more Native Americans in those leading roles.
Yep.
We
Yep.
need to see it.
Yep.
So it's been long overdue, long overdue, and I'm
Yeah.
stretching that long nicely. Really, I am because it's been super long overdue.
Yeah.
So
That's
hopefully
what I
we get to
said.
see more.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm gonna do my own stuff. Like I'm gonna be
Yes.
like, gosh, who's that guy? He does a lot of action films. He always has the ponytail and sunglasses.
Oh, are you talking
Steven,
about Steven Seagal?
yeah, he writes his own scripts. He does all that stuff, and then he tried to sell it, and they were like lowballing him, and would go and be like, "Well, you can't be in it. We want somebody else." And he's like, "Okay, bye. Take my script, and I'm gone." So
Yeah,
he's the same like me. We do our own stuff. I'd rather be in my own films and do all my own stuff.
exactly. Be the
I'm like,
hero in my own films
yep,
and representing it that way.
yep.
Love it. Love it. Going on to the number three question. What's been your favorite role to date?
I'm sorry.
What's been your favorite role that you've done? What's been your favorite
Oh,
role?
my favorite role. Um, it would have been the mom. No Promise. It's called No Promised Land. It comes out next year. I think that would have been my favorite role, just because I like it. The story was great. I even cried reading the script, and
Oh my
to
goodness.
to to be like a single parent. It made me think of my mom, like how she went through all that. And the little boy Eric is my favorite person of in the whole world, like the whole universe. He thinks I'm actually his mom, which is really sad because he's been through a lot too with the family and all. And I just want to be there for him no matter what. Even when he's grown up, I just want to make sure he's okay. But yeah, I fell in love with the Eric that plays my son, and it's just been a really fun time being on set with him. He's such a hyper boy. There's a scene where it was actually just not us acting, but it was like it I was happy he put it in there because he was just acting like a crazy man child. And I started cracking
Hmm.
up with him. And so it was pretty cool that he kept that scene because I was like, it felt right. It felt like we are a family, and I got this crazy boy having donuts in his mouth. Like he was stuffing donuts in his mouth. I'm like, dude, you
Oh,
gotta chew on your food. And then he's like, ah. I'm like, oh gosh, this child. But yeah, it was really fun.
I love it. You gotta love it. You just got to love it.
Yeah.
You do. I mean, kids will always be kids at the end of the day. It does
Oh
not
yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
End of the day, they're gonna be still hyper little ones.
All right. Going on to the next question. Name three people who influenced your career.
Oh, well, my mom, for one thing, if it wasn't for her showing me horror films when I was little, yes, she showed me like Freddy Krueger and Beetlejuice was scary to me when I was young, but yeah, Freddy Krueger, she got me into. I love Freddy Krueger, and if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here today doing a lot of like the horror genre, like just thinking of crazy things. And then my second one would be Robert Pattinson for making me start out as like being interested in acting. And then the third one, oh, that's really hard because I got a lot of favorite directors I like, and I think it would have probably be Well, Bruce Campbell's a director. I mean, he helped out Evil Dead. So I think Bruce Campbell, it would be Bruce Campbell for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
him, like just helping and thinking of like crazy things like Evil Dead. And I'm like, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't talk about horror without talking about the Evil Dead. It can't
Yeah.
can't be
Yeah.
done. And I have to
That's awesome.
say, with Robert Pattinson, he's definitely honed in over his craft over the years. I will
Oh
give him
yeah.
that. With Twilight, wasn't the best showcase of his skills, but once he got out of there and
Yeah.
went into smaller independent roles, you really see, okay, there's
Oh yeah.
more to him, and he's got more depth and more
Yeah.
dimension
And I
than I
think
thought. So yeah.
and that's why I think that's why I was so attracted, because like I saw something in him. I saw that this guy is going to be great because he was new. I think that was his maybe big major
Yep, it was.
film.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
he
he did
was
a lot
brand
of
new.
British independent films overseas. So this
Yeah,
was his big American film.
and now he's Batman.
And now he's, yeah. I mean, I was hoping someone would make that connection. We went from Twilight to Batman. You can't talk about, acting growth without ever talking about Robert Pattinson. We went to Sparkly Vampire to
Batman.
Like that's quite a leap. That is
That was
quite
awesome.
That's one hell of a leap, though. You have to understand people. You have to understand if you don't like Robert Pattinson as the actor, is fine, but you definitely have to admit that is one hell of a leap.
Yep.
And I have to give him his props and respects. I give credit to where credit's due, so I will give him credit for that.
Yep. I
right.
loved him as Batman.
And it just makes me wonder, what will he be able to do next? If you can conquer Batman, and if you can conquer a movie like Twilight, then sky's the limit for what you can do in your career.
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you make a bad film, a good film. He's already done both. Already made good films, bad films. So he's in the realm of like Nicolas Cage back when Nicolas Cage was in his younger days. Didn't matter if it was a good or bad film, as long as Nicolas Cage gave one hell of a performance, that's all that mattered at the end of the day. So that's kind of where Robert Pattinson at. As long as he gives a star-making performance, doesn't matter if the movie's good or not. So yeah, I give credit for there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Going on to the next question, Destiny. I want to make sure my audience is able to follow you, your work. Where are you on social media?
So I am on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and it'll be just Destiny Soria. I think Instagram. Yeah, Destiny Soria, at Destiny Soria on Instagram, and then my movie will be on Instagram and Facebook, and it's Christmas Slasher, the movie. I think on Instagram it's Christmas Slasher movie, or the movie. You won't miss it. It's pretty cool on poster. But yeah, I'm everywhere. Oh, and on YouTube too. And you can't miss me. I'll have my face, and yeah, it'll be at Destiny Soria on pretty much on all of the social media. I think TikTok is like Destiny little thingy Soria. Something numbers, but yeah. I just got on it like 2 months ago, and just been doing like I said, I love doing skits, so I've been practicing editing skits and cool like visual effects and all that stuff. So
love it. Yes, I highly encourage my audience, make sure you follow Destiny Soria on all social media platforms, follow her work, and just give a little shout out, say hey, because we like to have a good old hey conversation now and then, so make sure you say hey, say hi, how you doing?
Yeah, I love that. And if anybody needs an editor or a dancer or actress or whatever, I'm here, or director.
Multi-dimensional people, don't get that nowadays. Multi-dimensional editor, writer, actress, dancer. I've
been loving directing. Like I just finished directed another short film. I kind of like edited a little bit, but then I was like, I had to give up because I found out that I'm not getting Christmas Slasher done on time, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take over. I gotta take over. It's like it's already been like I've been doing it since 2016 with the idea, and then 2019 I wrote the short film script and made the short film, which is added. It's going to be added to the full feature film, and we just did like what is called proof of concept to raise the money. So I've done the whole script during COVID and filming. So we got done like last year, and I have nothing. I'm like, I have the trailer, but I'm like, okay, it's taking too long. I gotta grab this. Like, I'll take over now. Thank you.
Love it.
I gotta make this happen. I have like other two feature films that I want to get going on like next winter, and one is a werewolf western one, and another one's like a sci-fi horror one. So I'd like
definitely keep us posted. Keep us posted.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. Going on to the next question. What goals do you hope to accomplish in your career that you haven't yet?
Finish Christmas Slasher.
This is true. Get that. Yes, that needs to be accomplished. Yes.
I want to release it next year and then make 2 films back to back next winter. And you know, I'm solid. I'm good. Like I want to do like altogether maybe like 4 or 5 feature films, and hopefully like direct a series. That'll be great. You know, direct something big with Robert Rodriguez or Bruce Campbell or any of those guys. Quintino make direct with them. Oh, that would be sick.
Oh my gosh.
I would love to direct with them.
Anytime anyone mentions Quentin Tarantino, I don't care if anybody finds his work controversial. I love Quentin Tarantino. He is not afraid to go there, to push that button, to make you think, to make you uncomfortable. And he does it for a reason. If you feel uncomfortable for, watching his movies, you got his point then. Yep. That's all I can say. If you feel uncomfortable, then you got his point. It's his point.
I love his movies, and I'm just like, man, I hope he loves Christmas Slasher, because it went like deep in my dark mind, and just like, I'm gonna show people how crazy I can be. And it's just hilarious how some of the death scenes. Yes, no one is safe with the reindeer. I have kids and babies dying. That's how bad. It's really dark. So like,
but that's the point though, right? That's the point.
Yeah. So it's gonna be crazy.
Honestly, I feel like if anybody can appreciate that darkness, it's Quentin Tarantino. If anybody can appreciate that, it has to be, or Robert Rodriguez. Those two have to appreciate, the how far you can push yourself and how far you can go. Yeah. They gotta appreciate it.
I pushed it far, so I hope they see it and like, hey, I heard you're a director. Let's go. Let's make a movie. I'm like, yes.
Yes.
That's my goal right there.
Yes, that's a beautiful goal. That is a beautiful goal. All right. Going on, just 2 more questions for you. Going on to the next one. What passions do you have outside of acting and writing and editing?
Oh, that's a good question. Passion. What else do I have?
I love that.
I love traveling. I mean, I love traveling to other other countries. I love food. I am a food fanatic. Yes. So I love trying out different foods. It doesn't even matter if it's weird or not, or disgusting. I will always try it, because you have one life. Why try and be dangerous and eat something that's bad? Like, I want to go to Japan and eat what is it called? Oh, the puffer fish, the poison puffer fish. I would love to try it. And I was like, I especially like in a dangerous, like, how is it, like adrenaline rush? And I like to go and just have adrenaline rush on things that could kill you and stuff. So it's like, I want to try foods that could probably kill you. I like the cultures. So I love like traveling and just learning about the cultures and being one with them, and I just love everybody. So I just like to go and travel and meet new people and know about their culture and their food.
Me
I like
too.
those.
I can relate to that 100%. I love doing that too.
Yeah.
Just last couple months ago, just got back from Puerto Rico, and I love their food. They use nothing processed. It's a beautiful
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, made the food so much better.
Yep.
Honestly, if you ever had a chance to go, I highly suggest try the chorizo and red wine. Best dish out there. Beautiful.
I went there and I don't know where it's some kind of like bread corn. It was like round thing. I tried that and that was really good, but I don't know. I think it was like some kind of bread, but I don't remember what it was called. But I did have
Ah.
some really interesting foods that were really good. And yes, you could tell that they're healthier.
Yes,
Healthy.
you can
Healthy, healthy.
definitely tell the difference.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm trying to plan my next vacation out there. Honestly, I really am. I
Yeah.
enjoy the food that much.
I think I have one of my one of the films I'm producing and lead in is heading to Puerto Rico for filming, and hopefully we're going to be talking about that next month. I'm having a meeting with the director, so I'm excited, very
That would
excited.
be so cool. Fingers crossed for you, because yes, that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Ah, all right. Going on to the last question, Destiny. Name three directors you would love to collaborate with.
Wait, we're just talking about that. Corentino, Robert Rodriguez, and Bruce Campbell. Yes, Bruce Campbell.
Yes.
He does directing too.
Yes. Those are great. I mean, those are honestly beautiful choices.
Yep.
Beautiful choices. Like I said, especially Quentin Tarantino, who is going to be taking a break from movie making to make an actual series. So I'm a limited series. Yeah, I'm a little bit stunned on that. And I
Yeah,
can't wait
I
to
heard
see
that.
how much blood and violence he will bring
Yeah.
to the limited screen. So we'll see. We shall see.
Yeah.
But honestly, if Quentin ever listening to this interview, I know someone who's got a nice, dark, twisted short film that she would love for you to see. Maybe
Actually, a
even
feature film.
feature film that she would
Yeah.
love for you to see. Maybe collaborate. Maybe get something going. You never know. You never
That's
know.
too much.
Speak it into existence. Speak it
Yeah.
into existence.
Yep. Manifested.
Oh, Destiny, I had so much fun speaking with you. You are such a little firecracker. You definitely have a vision of where you want to go, what you want to do. And I am all about, for you, for one, making your own content. I think that's the best way to go because,
Oh, yeah.
Hollywood and, the big companies can be very slow, especially when it comes to Native American stories and
Oh,
getting their
yeah.
Native American leads.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad that, a show like Reservation Dogs is, breaking the stereotypes and allowing,
Yeah.
Native American stories finally to be told in such a genuine and authentic way.
Yeah.
But we need more because we are
Yeah.
definitely lacking. We're definitely behind.
Oh, yeah.
And there's definitely so many stories and so many, well, for one, stories that they're so untold that needs to be touched and told.
Oh, yeah.
We're missing a big opportunity here.
Yep.
There's not just, I know some people who can get sensitive, especially when it comes, to these types of stories because of the violence that's been known. But we can tell other sides of the stories as well.
Yep.
Just like, it's just like for the Black culture. We have more than just trauma and violence in our history. We have
Yep.
moments of joy, of happiness, of silliness, of being awkward, of not knowing what to do. I totally relate to you, when you said moving out of your parents' house, did not know what to do, felt the same way, like, oh my gosh, I left the nest. What the hell am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Wait, taxes? What are those?
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, what am I supposed to do?
Like,
Where am I find myself?
what do you mean I have to pay rent? What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I get it. I get it. But those are the type of stories that definitely need to be told. We have many layers to our stories,
Yep.
and it definitely needs to be told. Like I said, definitely need to see more Native Americans in lead roles and taking control creatively and telling their stories.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely for sure for that. I respect you for doing so for yourself. I really do.
Thank you. I know. That was like, yes, woman power native.
Yes, of course, absolutely,
Yep.
absolutely. And of course, I want to highly encourage my audience one more time. Make sure you follow Destiny on all social media platforms. Check out her work, support her, give her a shout out. Maybe go talk to Quentin Tarantino, get something together. It's all
Yeah.
who you know. It's word of
Yeah.
mouth. It's word of mouth. If one person tells another person, it can get to him. So you
Oh
never
yeah.
know.
Yeah. I got scripts you can read.
Exactly.
Let's make
All
it
right,
happen.
everybody. Of course, you guys know I have been your hostess with the mostest, Miss J, aka Miss Simone Jackson. I will be back with another great episode of the J Lounge here soon. Till then, I want to thank everyone for listening. I want to thank my amazing guests. You guys have a beautiful afternoon, and I'll be back soon. Bye.
Bye.